Could you please stand for the academic procession and senior class of 2020? Thank you. May you all be seated. I would like to call up our newly appointed Executive Head, Mr. Rian Janssen van Rensburg, to welcome you.
Thank you, Mr. Gibbon. Parents, welcome. To the teachers, welcome as well. And to our class of 2020. I've said to them before that you would never have known at the beginning of this year that your valediction will look like this. A month ago, we were still planning a full-on virtual valediction, and then fortunately, the SOPs and the level 2 went to a level 1, and we were able then to organize a valediction inside the hall for you to attend. Grade 12s, welcome. I know that this is not what you've expected, and your last 4 years at school and what have it been building up to for your final year at school has been a huge challenge. And for that, I take my hat off to you this morning. The mere fact that you are here and that you are going to make a success of the last bit of this year. And that is my wish for you for this morning. So please, I know, and my heart goes out to you guys because this is not what you expected as a valediction, but we need to make the best of our circumstances. And I think that's what we have to remember 2020 by, is to make the best of what this year has offered us. So welcome, and please enjoy, and we are here to celebrate your 5 years in the high school. Enjoy the morning with us. Parents as well, for you, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your child during this extremely difficult year. And for the mere fact that you are here this morning, I think they really appreciate it. For our Botswana parents that can't be here, we are making a special recording that will go live within a couple of hours after the valediction, and we will also make it available to everybody as a memory for this morning. But then our Botswana parents will also be able to take part in the valediction, even though it's a couple of hours later, but they will be able to see all the proceedings. So I just want to thank Loudmouth Studios for helping us with that and making that possible for us. Thank you, Mr. Gibbon. Let's start this morning's proceedings.
Thank you, sir. I call upon our deputy heads, Elena de Abrio and Gift Dlamini, to open this prestigious event with a prayer.
It is only fitting that I start with the shout out to the It is only fitting that I started with the shout out to the heroes and heroines being celebrated today, the class of 2020. Heads off and rose petals wherever you walk. Not to be a simp, but your resilience and courage through the tough times we have encountered has nothing been short of miraculous. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gift Lamini. It was only 5 years ago when we came to this campus with dreams and aspirations. Today we are living with even bigger ambitions to take on the world. Who would have thought? In the words of the legendary Tupac, for every dark night there's a brighter day. I guess it's safe to say today is the day. Nobody did it like we have done it. And even if they did, we did it 10 times better, or worse. It has been quite a journey, from the countless flops of Geeswerk to the picture-perfect MD that could have happened. From the little dumplings to minions to Pupsi Siwes, even though I still don't know what that means. From finessing trees to singing the school song in the middle of the quad, from Spiro surviving only 5 days at the school, to Mr. Johnson taking off his shoes every time he got frustrated. Indeed, we started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team. It brings me tears of joy seeing the growth, the love, and the unity that has held us together ever since. We have outlived our fears and defied the odds that were imposed against us by life. An unacknowledged fact, we are warriors fit for intellectual battles, deployed hand in hand with the frontline forces not so long ago. United, we changed to adapt to harsh circumstances. When it seemed impossible, we always made a way, thriving off of each other's positive energy. But if there's a lesson that I've learned in particular, is that some things cannot be changed, like the cold aircons in Mr. and Mrs. Kruger's classrooms. As we take center stage with a leap of faith, let God lead the way. May we always be reminded to find our passions, may we always be reminded to follow our passions to finding our better selves. May we never forget that we are liable to make a better change in the world. As we start a new chapter, remember this: success will take you where character might not sustain you. An African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Love, peace, and positivity. Salute.
A warm welcome to all the teachers, parents, and fellow matriculants. We have finally made it, our last school day. It is completely safe to say that this year has been a perfected disaster. It has taught us so much in so many ways. Coming to the end of our school career, with so much that has happened from the time that this dynamic group of grade 8s stepped foot into the school in 2016 till this day. From all the famous quotes that all the teachers had brought upon us, till it being a memory that will now stick with us forever. For example, Mrs. Brits, "Kyk deep in my oor," and all those deep conversations, especially about life. Ms. Steenkamp, "Stay off the grass," and all the funny moments. Mrs. Lange and having the most stylish outfits. Ms. Shatter and detentions. Mrs. Kruger, "Did a teacher send you? Can't you see I'm teaching a matric class?" And to our grade, constantly asking her to switch off the aircon. Mr. Gibbon, "My little minions." Mr. Stradom, "Gents, it's time for a shave." Constantly reminding the boys whenever they grew a little bush on top of their lips. Mrs. Grant, "My little dumplings," and her loving character. Mr. Ferreira, "Biltong." Mr. van Rensburg, "Decorum." We have come a long way, and we should be super proud of where we stand today. Through all the crazy and funny moments, even our little fights and disagreements, that I believe have shaped us into young and intelligent adults, ready to take reality next year by the horns. In Joshua 1 verse 9 it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." With whatever decision you have made for the near future, one thing can be certain. It is already written in the books. Do not be afraid. The Lord is with you wherever you go. I came across a few stunning quotes during lockdown which motivated me. I just thought I'd share it quickly. One says, "Stop being so afraid of what could go wrong and start being positive about what could go right." And another one says, and I absolutely love this one, "If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore." Class of 2020, don't limit yourself. Dream bigger, push yourself. Today, a day many of you, especially my fellow golden oldies, have been looking up to for pretty much our whole school career. Today, we celebrate us and all our hard work, including all the teachers and all the staff. As we end this year, pencils are tiny, erasers are flat, glue is empty, folders are fat, crayons are broken, memories are forever, matric year complete, and to all the teachers saying, "I'm out of here." To start off this honorable valediction, let us bow our heads in prayer, please. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, forever you had formed the earth and the world. From everlasting to everlasting, you are God. For 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday's when it is past, or like a watch in the night. The days of our life are 70 years, or perhaps 80 if we are strong. Even then, their span is only toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we will fly away. So teach us to count our days, that we may gain a wise heart, have compassion on our servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love, so that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and prosper us the work of our hands. Amen.
Thank you, Elena and Gift. In order to maintain decorum this morning, please, as we call up the learners, remain in the same order that we call you up in. The criteria for today's awards are as follows. Subject prizes are awarded to learners who have achieved the highest mark in the subject. Merit certificates are awarded to grade 12 candidates achieving 70% and above. Recognition is given to a learner with an average of 80% and above. Candidates achieving an average of 80% for the first time this year receive a badge. If it is their second year, a blue scroll. If it is their third year, a winged scroll and academic honors. Leadership honors are awarded to the head boy and head girl of the school. All grade 12s will receive a certificate, either for merit, as I've just explained, or to highlight their performance. I call upon Mr. Janssen van Rensburg to help present these awards. We start off with Mahdia Adam. For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 14 years, Mahdia was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 74%. She achieves distinctions in Afrikaans, 80%, English, 85%, and life orientation with 92%. Mahdia plans to study biomedical engineering or dentistry at the University of the Witwatersrand, and later she would like to fulfill her dream of being a hairstylist. Mashallah, Mahdia. Next, Tamsanqa Bistoli. For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 13 years, Tamsanqa would like to pursue a career in property studies at the Nelson Mandela University. Amantle Bono. For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. Amantle will be taking a gap year next year while assisting in her family business. Next up, we have Tatiana Shadrawi for being a matriculant and a member of our school for 11 years. She achieves a distinction in life orientation with 83%. Tatiana will take a gap year next year to decide on her future plans. Pamela Chihanga for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. Pamela will be taking a gap year next year, pursuing possible endeavors. Renee Conlon for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. Renee will join the Lisov family pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Fashion. Leruo Diseko for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. Leroy has kept his options open and applied to 4 different institutions for 4 different fields of study. We hope his dream is realized. Gift Dlamini for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Gift was a member of the Learner Representative Council. He achieves a distinction in life orientation with 80%. Gift applied at the University of KwaZulu-Natal to follow a career in botany. Lizay Khalamadin for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 8 years. Lizay was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 77%. She achieves distinctions in English, 81%, Life Sciences, 86%, Afrikaans, 87%, Life Orientation, 92%. Lizay has been provisionally accepted at the University of Pretoria to study microbiology and biochemistry. She plans to change the world one cell at a time. Katleo Kaibe, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RRR. Katleo was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She applied to various institutions to pursue a career in nursing and clinical medical practices. However, she would also like to own her own restaurant one day. Marco Kibonte, for being a matriculant in 2020, a member of our school since grade RRR. Marco was a member of the Learner Representative Council. He achieves a distinction in life orientation with 85%. He is also awarded his leadership honors for being head boy in 2020. Marco applied to a number of institutions for computer science and computer engineering and has been provisionally accepted. He would, however, love to be recommended by a fellowship to study at the Ivy League universities such as Yale or Harvard. Kanisile Kumalo, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 6. Kanisile was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She achieves a distinction in life orientation with 85%. Kanisile will be attending Vega to pursue a BCIS degree in game design and development. Lesedi Kunwana, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Lesedi has been provisionally accepted to the University of Stellenbosch. She would like to pursue a BSc in pharmaceuticals. She would like to be part of the fashion industry as a model. Warona Lebopo, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. She achieves the distinction in life orientation with 83%. Warona would like to attend the University of Cape Town, where she will pursue a career in property studies. Lumka Liu, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Lumka applied to study entrepreneurship and has provisionally been accepted at the University of Johannesburg and the Johannesburg Business School. Ruvimbo Madimutsa, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. She achieves a distinction in English with 82%. Ruvimbo is going to pursue a degree in biochemistry at the University of Pretoria, where she has been provisionally accepted. Khotsofalo Mahome, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 2 years. Khotsofalo is going to pursue a qualification in construction management at the Central University of Technology. Lingani Mahwaje, for being a matriculant in 2020, a member of our school since grade 8. Lingani was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She would like to study forensic sciences next year while improving her skills in the music field. CSI Gaborone, watch out. Tuluwano Matlaletsa, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Tuluwano would like to pursue a degree in government business and ethics at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Naledi Matunda, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 4 years. Naledi was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She would like to spread her wings and study at the New York Film Academy. Kambi Mbangiwa, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 9. Kambi would like to pursue his passion in becoming a chef. He has applied at the Capsium Hotel School as well as the Capital Hotel School. Lerato Metsin, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Lerato achieves a distinction in life orientation with 86%. She has been provisionally accepted at the University of the Free State to pursue a qualification in commerce, specializing in marketing. Reginald Mfune, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 4 years. Reggie would like to attend Vega, where he will study graphic design or cartoon animation. Dina Miranda, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RRR. Dina was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She would like to become qualified in early childhood development and complete a teaching degree in the future. Kwezi Mnyaka, For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 2 years. Kwezi has applied to follow a course in humanities at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Liatso Moatlodi, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 4 years. Liatso has been provisionally accepted at Lisov, where he will receive a qualification in fashion media and design. Pabalo Mueketsi, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RRR. Pablo has been provisionally accepted at AFDA to study for a bachelor's degree in film directing. Heroes next, Steven Spielberg. Tumelo Mohakabi, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years, Tumelo achieves a distinction in life orientation with 80%. He has applied to a number of tertiary institutions to study architecture and interior design. Lungo Mokaila, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 14 years, Lungo achieves a distinction in life orientation with 80%. She would like to become a research psychologist, and she has applied to the University of the Witwatersrand and Rhodes University for admission. Tabo Monkhale, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 12 years. Tabo achieves a distinction in life orientation with 84%. He would like to obtain a qualification in property studies or civil engineering at WITS or UCT. Wetzel Morabani, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 6 years. Wetzel was a member of the Learner Representative Council. He achieves a distinction in life orientation with 80%. Wetzel would like to study civil engineering in China and make a great success of it. Kurt Morris, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Kurt has been provisionally accepted at the University of the Northwest to study education. Lwazi Moyo, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Lwazi would like to attend the University of Johannesburg to study a career in supply and demand. He might also like to pursue a private business venture. Zanele Mpanya, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RR. Zanele has been provisionally accepted at Vega to study graphic design. Siyabonga Pasiwe, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RRR. Sia would like to pursue a career as a mechanical engineer at an institution of his choice. Tuto Piri, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Tuto has applied at various institutions to study business administration and hospitality. Upano Ralepeli, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 7 years. Upano would like to attend a tertiary institution to find his best self. Oratile Ranona, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade R. Oratile has been provisionally accepted to study a Bachelor of Social Sciences degree, majoring in industrial psychology. She would also like to pursue a career as a radio and TV personality. Kupano Sikhue, Smiley, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Kupano would like to attend Varsity College, where he will pursue a career in IT software designing and application. Tepang Seleka, being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Tepang would like to attend Capsium Culinary Studio, where she would like to pursue a qualification in the Advanced Culinary Arts program. Letabo Selo, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years, Letabo achieves the distinction in life orientation with 80%. She applied at 5 tertiary institutions and has been provisionally accepted to study fine arts communication and interior design. Renailwe Shakung, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RRR. Renailwe has been provisionally accepted at AFDA in Cape Town to pursue a BA degree in motion picture and medium. Temba Sibutsi, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Temba is keeping his options open. He'll be taking a gap year or attend Centurion Academy to study business studies or join the family business. Salias Swanepoel, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 3 years. Salias achieves the distinction in life orientation with 88%. He has applied to Pearson's Institute to study a BSc degree in IT and biotechnology. Riabetswe Tulare, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade R. Riabetswe is planning on taking a gap year, but is thinking of attending a culinary school. Tiro Yamutimu Kladi. Got it right this time. For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Tiro would like to pursue a career in humanities, especially journalism, at an institute of his choice. Unkarabetse Lukwane, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 4 years. Soso has applied to Varsity College, where he would like to study a diploma in business management. Rogerio Ferreira, for being a matriculant in 2020 and and a member of our school since grade RR. Rogerio was a member of the Learner Representative Council. He receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 70%. He achieves a distinction in visual arts with an average of 84% and receives the floating trophy for visual arts for achieving the highest marks in the subject. Rogerio has applied to study in the creative field at various institutions in South Africa. However, he is also currently completing his application to study for a Bachelor of Arts in Film at Middlesex University in Dubai. Makoko Pako, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 11. Makoko receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 70%. She achieves a distinction in life orientation with an average of 80%. Makoko also receives the floating trophy for accounting for achieving the highest marks in the subject. She has been provisionally accepted to study accounting at the University of the Free State. Michaela Dovey, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school for 5 years. Michaela receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 71%. She achieves distinctions in Afrikaans with 81% and mathematical literacy with an average of 86%, as well as the floating trophy for being the best learner in mathematical literacy. Michaela would like to pursue a career in education at the University of the Northwest. Marco Selbego, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. He receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 72%. Marco is awarded the floating trophy for being the best learner in CAT. He achieves a distinction in mathematical literacy with 82%. Marco will be taking a gap year, but he would like to pursue a future in hotel industry. Hame Morake, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8. Hame was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 76%. Hame is awarded the floating trophy for being the best learner in Setswana. She achieves distinctions in English with an average of 81%, business studies with 82%, and the floating trophy and life orientation with 83%. Hame has been provisionally accepted to study accounting and business management at UCT. Elena de Abreu, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade RR. Elena was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She receives a merit certificate for achieving an average of 78%. Elena achieves distinctions in Afrikaans, 81%, life orientation, 86%, and EGD with an average of 92%, for which she receives the floating trophy. She has been provisionally accepted to study BSc Architecture at the University of Pretoria, as well as at the University of the Free State. Mohammed Gabru, for being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade R. Mohammed was a member of the Learner Representative Council. He receives an academic scroll for achieving an average of 83%. He achieves distinctions in English, 80%, physical science, 81%, life sciences, 81%, EGD, 83%, mathematics, 86%, life orientation, 86%, and IT, 87%. I'm not quite done. He also receives the floating trophy for IT as the best learner in the subject. He's also re-awarded his academic colours. Mohammed is second in his grade. He applied at WITS, UCT and UP and has been provisionally accepted at all these institutions for a BSc majoring in biological sciences and computer sciences. Mashallah, Mohammed. Masia Ahmed. On this one, I will tell you when I'm done, all right? For being a matriculant in 2020 and a member of our school since grade 8, Masia was a member of the Learner Representative Council. She receives an academic scroll for achieving an average of 91%. She receives, with an average of 76%, the floating trophy for geography for being the best in the subject. Masia achieves distinctions in English, 88%, and the floating trophy. Consumer Studies, 89%, and the floating trophy. Afrikaans, 90%, and the floating trophy. Life Sciences, 92%, and the floating trophy. Mathematics, 93%, and the floating trophy. Life Orientation, 93%, and the floating trophy. Physical Sciences, with an average of 95%, and the floating trophy. She receives her 6th badge for being a member of the Honor Society. Masia is the recipient of the most badges ever issued since the inception of our Honor Society. She is also awarded leadership honors for being head girl in 2020. She is re-awarded her academic colors. She is first in the grade. We congratulate Masia as this year's recipient of the Dux Scholar Award. Right. I'm still not done. Masia was awarded the Deus Caritas Est Trophy in January this year for achieving honors in the following 3 fields: academics, cultural, and leadership. She's going to pursue a career in medicine and surgery at the University of the Witwatersrand. Mashallah, Masia. Right, we move on to some special awards. And for this, I would like to call on Mr. Nell to please come up to present them. All right, we start off with the Dani van Rensburg Shield. The Dani van Rensburg Shield is awarded to the learner who has been recognized for his or her outstanding qualities. These are the criteria used for this award. Loyalty to the school, is a role model to others, abides by the code of conduct, has a strong moral fiber and integrity, treats staff and learners with respect, is a good ambassador for the school, is conscientious but not necessarily a high achiever, shows maturity in handling a crisis, can be assertive and can engineer a win-win situation, has some leadership qualities. I'm very proud to say that the recipient of this award for 2020 goes to Gift Dlamini. We move on to the Brother Matthew Award. Brother Matthew Award honors the memory of our beloved Brother Matthew. When we think of Brother Matthew, the following qualities come to mind. He accepts challenges, not restricting his activities to what was easy. He liked to talk. He had a sense of humor. He was sociable, intense, and helpful. He had a deep faith. He obeyed God's will. He was self-effacing. He was truthful. As voted by the staff and learners, once again, I'm proud to say that it goes to someone by the name of Kurt Morris. Right, I now call upon Mr. Nell, who will address you.
Good morning, staff, grade 12 learners and parents. It's truly an honor to be back home. So welcome to the valediction ceremony of 2020. You would have imagined after 2020, the year that our lives have been turned upside down, that we would be sitting here this morning. Sorry, I just want to quickly clean my glasses, sorry. That's better. So I really think and believe that sitting here today is truly a blessing, and it's an opportunity and a ceremony that should be cherished. So all my life, and from a very young age, I've always wanted to achieve greatness and significance. I've always wanted to go places, and there where I've been, I wanted people to remember me. Not because I wanted to be famous, but I wanted to feel like I've done something worthwhile, and that people would feel, I'm glad that he came along. But throughout my search for this feeling, I could never really feel that I've achieved it. It was always a feeling that there was always so much more that I still had to do, and somehow time always ran out. I then discovered that this is actually a good feeling, because by feeling that there's still so much to do, you tend to do more. And in this, you tend to move closer to significance and making a difference. For you, grade 12s, the next few weeks will be a test of your character. Do you have the willpower? Do you have the determination for success? Not only in your exams, but also life after school, in your tertiary studies, building relationships, starting a family, having a good career. I once read a quote that goes as follows: if you can find a path without obstacles, it probably leads nowhere. 2020 presented us with many obstacles. But obstacles can be overcome through faith and perseverance. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent, genius, and education, it is important. But that alone will not suffice. Persistence and determination alone are invincible. When things go wrong, which they will, at various times of our lives, we need to persevere, endure, and never quit. Remember, with faith in God, you are never alone, and illness, danger, and despair can be converted into peace of mind and success. So without faith, you can do nothing. But with faith, all things are possible. Boys and girls, have a sense of destiny and believe that you can be great. Don't put yourselves down and rob yourself of that self-belief. So if you look back at life and you are satisfied with where you are at and where you've gone, and you have many fond memories, then you can be happy and you say that you've done well. So I hope that you've achieved greatness at the school. This morning's celebration certainly is evidence that you've done very well. I know some may have mixed feelings. Some of you might be happy that you will be leaving, and others may have tears. But let those tears be tears of joy. You have done well, and when you walk out of Curro Klerksdorp doors for the last time, remember you are moving forward. Let me leave you with a song, words from a song called "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday." And I'll take with me the memories to be the sunshine after the rain. I know it's hard for us to say goodbye, and life cannot go on with a little rain here and there. But even though it rains, remember that there will always be sunshine after that. Matriculants, I wish you the wings to fly, the vision to dream wildly. the heart to love deeply, and the spirit to embrace all the beauty in life. Remember, what we are is God's gift to us. What we become is our gift to God. All of the best to your final exams. It's a privilege to be here. God bless you, and all of the best for your future. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nell. I now call upon our head leaders, Marco Kibonte and Masia Ahmed, to come forward and address you.
Mr. Nell, you have been a member of this community longer than most of us here have been alive. Your impact over the years is truly immeasurable. To say that we are grateful for all you have done for us would not even be an accurate depiction of how we truly feel. Thank you, once again, for all your years of servitude and dedication. As the last high school class that was part of St. Conrad's, we have gotten you a gift, so that whenever you look upon the gift, you will not only realize how far you are going, but how far you have come. True to my nature, I struggled a lot to write this address, not because I had nothing to say, but because what is on my heart is too precious to put into words. The memories I have are too brilliant to illustrate with literature. The love gained is so immeasurable that I felt words unworthy to portray exactly what I wish your eyes could witness. But I'll try. At the beginning of this year, it felt so good to have finally arrived at the top of the pile, to be at the cusp of our greatest achievements, to be on the brink of what was going to be the best year of our lives. It felt so good for 15 seconds. Yeah, 15 seconds of us singing songs together at Inter-High, 15 seconds of walking around as literal royalty, 15 seconds of having our every whim catered to by our tiny grade 8s, 15 seconds of being thrown in the pool at the house gala, 15 seconds of adrenaline pumping and hearts racing, and it felt euphoric. But there must come a 16th second. And on that 16th second, we were faced with a dilemma. And thus, we were forced to take a seat, look and see to know what next. And all of a sudden, our euphoric state of kingship was thrown into disarray, forced to try our best to mitigate a worldwide disaster. Our futures were thrown up in the air. Suddenly, see you next week was turned into I hope we'll meet again. Now, faced with the problem of whether or not we are going to get past our predicament, whether we would let it dominate us or how we would dominate it, we had to develop a solution. And here was my thought process. Working hard is good. It is in fact biblical, but it should not be done for the sole purpose of a goal's sake at the expense of relation with others. Looking back on this year, I realized that the stress of this year, for us as a class, was paid for by a lack of attending to relationships in our lives. Now, I am a firm believer that a lesson learned should be a lesson shared. Now here's the lesson. Have no regrets in the 16th second. Little is more important than your healthy relationships. Not your goals, not your titles, not your successes. And here's why. Our relationships are where we get to influence, impact, and change people's lives. Your life cannot be meaningful without them. We were put on this earth by the Creator, and we all have a purpose. Now, how we all go about that is different. It is different in what university we choose, whom we marry, and what career we choose. It is different in the tragedies and triumphs that come upon us. But in all of those, new relationships are formed. Friends, we are about to launch into life, and we have barely messed things up yet. So, be generous with your time and your love, and many relational issues can be resolved. It will never be too late to mend fractured relationships, people you haven't spoken to in a while because of pride, parents that have wronged you or parents that you have wronged. The teacher that has been pestering you for 5 years, just do it. Have no regrets in that 16th second. My relationships have formed my schooling career. Deep running ravines of much wisdom, tremendous support and unwavering love. My family, my reference point. To my siblings, Jonas, Jermaine, Roy, Talia, Allegra, Joe, Jr., my self-esteem would be so much higher without you guys. We clash so much, but I thank God every day for each one of you. I love you guys. Dad, ever since I can remember, I wanted to be like you. I even thought you gave birth to me. You're my hero. You have shown me what strength, sacrifice, perseverance, and hard work truly means. I truly admire you. I love you. Mama, words fail to describe your impact in my life. Everything I know about true servitude, selflessness, and love, I learned from watching you. You have always encouraged me to do the best and reach the best that I can. You've shown me that in achieving my dreams, that even the stars are too low because heaven is where my heart lives. I hope I made you proud. I love you. To the estates and brothers, Mr. Gibbon, Ms. Dienkamp, Mrs. Kruger, and Mr. Ferreira, and Mrs. Kane, I want you all to know that yes, I know I must have frustrated you all at least 5 times a week. But I'm highly appreciative of you all. Despite all my nonsense, you encourage me to still be the best that I can be, and for me there's no amount of thank yous that can truly portray my gratitude. You will all forever be part of my story. From Mr. Gibbons' double period masterclasses on wisdom and family history, to Mrs. Kruger's many hugs and many sweets and much love, Ms. Dienkamp's tips on how to eat at Keenan's house with a fork and knife, how Mr. Einstein Jr. should actually be the Minister of Education, and how he actually most probably might have taught Nelson Mandela in high school. Mr. Ferreira's obsession with Biltong, and our soccer field allo lessons. My minor fear of Mrs. Kane because I once saw her flip a grown man at a gym. To our mini brainstorming sessions in IT on how we're going to change the world. To Mrs. Fenter, Mrs. Grant, Mr. van Rensburg, and to the rest of the staff. Although we didn't always see eye to eye, you have taught me many valuable lessons that will remain intact for many years. Thank you all. God smiles upon all of you. Auntie Suze and Miss Shatta in her absence, you have both become like family to me. Auntie Suze, in the 16 years I've known you, you haven't changed. You're still the same loving, warm, and God-fearing woman I met all those years ago. Ms. Shatta, in the short time I've known you, you have impacted me in a huge way. No matter the circumstance, you are always there for me, and I appreciate you so much. May God bless you both tremendously. To my head girl, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that you are truly amazing. Your grace and strength are truly remarkable. You have carried me when I felt low, supported me when I needed it, and spoke me out of doing a lot of dumb stuff. All we have accomplished this year would have never been possible without you. I'm so blessed to have been your partner this year. Finally, to the class of 2020, I've said so much over the years, so here is my final love letter to you guys. Thank you. Thank you for all the headaches you've given me. Thank you for all the stress you've given me, especially during this term. Thank you for all those phone calls you gave me complaining about this and that. Thank you for knowing that it is probably best to ask Messi about what's happening at school. Thank you for actually sharing your homework with me when I didn't understand the work. Thank you for pouring me with water on my birthday. Thank you for all those times we got into trouble together. Thank you that some of you put up with me for more than 15 years. You were there for me in the good times and the bad. Thank you all for having faith in me as your leader. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for never changing who you are to suit other people's images of you. Thank you for all those exams we wrote together, studied for, and barely made it through together. Above all, thank you for the love you've shown one another. You have all taught me so much, and I'm forever grateful. Your potential is limitless. Don't ever restrict yourselves in any way, because you are all amazing. And to be honest, this world is not ready for what you're about to bring to it. I love you guys. So, as this chapter is at its end, let us all move forward and say that we had no regrets. Let us all move forward and say, yes, we did that. We conquered high school. We did the most and had fun in the 15 seconds, and we will hold up and shape the 16th second however we want to. Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. Deus caritas est. God is love. Thank you.
A poet and writer by the name of Khalil Gibran once said, "Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens." From the very first day that I set foot on school grounds, I've always been an optimist, the girl with her head in the clouds. Today, I stand before you as the very same girl who still perceives the glass to be half full. Many would think that it's a fool's perspective, but the class of 2020 and all that we've endured throughout this turbulent year is a testament to the view of the optimist. Anything is possible. Good morning, respected teachers, parents, esteemed guests, and the graduating class of 2020. The year we have dreamed of since the very first day of grade 1. The year that marks the final chapter of our schooling career. The year that represented the end of the beginning of our lives. The year filled with new experiences and the perks of being the eldest. For us, it was the year 2020. However, this dream was short-lived, and all our expectations for the long-awaited year of 2020 came crashing down. A year that was supposed to be filled with our final moments on the sports field, dancing on stage, or experimenting in the lab, turned into a year behind a camera with a mask and sanitizer. Even though the memories were not what we had expected, this year was memorable. From trying new tricks every day to wake up Tabo from his beauty sleep in English, to LaRue's far-fetched university-level questions in maths. The class of 2020 will go down in history as the class who, against all odds, made it. Firstly, I would like to thank the Almighty for keeping us healthy, safe, and together throughout the adversities of this year. He has blessed us with the strength and clarity to make it this far. Our dear class of 2020, we, and no, I'm not French, have done it. I wish I could mention all your names individually and the impact each of you have had on me over the past 5 years, but then we would be here for a while. I will never forget Smiley's contemporary dance moves, our impromptu lip-sync battle on stage in grade 9, Sia getting a detention for walking on the grass, Kurt, our custodian's energetic spirit, Marco Salbego's ability to turn any ground into a dance floor, and our very own pageant queen, Oratile. It has been an honor to watch your resilience and determination shine through. Despite the difficult circumstances, we were able to lean on one another and conquer this challenge together. I take my hat off to those matrics who stay in hostel, many of whom could not return due to the lockdown regulations and had to write prelims online. You are superstars, and we are so glad to have you all back. We may not have been able to accomplish all that we had hoped for, but we have emerged stronger than ever. Our bond that we share as a Curro family has been engraved in our hearts. The coronavirus pandemic threw us out of our comfort zones. Many of us felt discouraged, lost, and in a dark place of despair and anxiety. Little did we know that these are the conditions for growth. We may have felt buried under the weight of worry and stress, stuck in darkness, but we have actually been planted, learning, growing, and preparing to bloom. I would like to extend a special thank you to the school and management for all their efforts to ensure that we remained in a safe learning environment throughout this pandemic. Thank you to Mr. Jansen van Rensburg and Mrs. Spencer for always being available for a quick meeting, listening to our ideas no matter how crazy they sounded, and for mentoring us on this journey. Mrs. Grant, the warm welcome we received from you in grade 8 will never be forgotten. Thank you for your continuous help. Mrs. Kruger, your babies are almost all grown up. Your dedication, extra time, and hugs after a long day will always be appreciated. Thank you for teaching us that a positive attitude is already half the battle won. We made sure we were never late for class and braved the cold air conditioner every day. Mrs. Kane, thank you for always pushing us to do our best. Your class was one in which we learned new, interesting facts every day, and many times our perspectives on certain issues changed. Mr. C. Esterhazen, your random facts on athletics always intrigued us, and we enjoyed hearing about your dreams as president. Mr. Gibbon, thank you for tackling the difficult and controversial issues. These conversations certainly broadened our views. Mrs. Carter, thank you for your kindness, love, patience, coffee mornings, and for always being available to lend an ear. Thank you for teaching us invaluable skills in the kitchen, even if we forgot to apply them sometimes. Mr. Motswane, I am truly grateful for all the extra time you put into helping me with geography. We all hope we don't see any cyclones in the final exams. Mr. Ferreira, thank you for your guidance, jokes on various trips, and making the Allo class a retreat away from the stresses of maths and physics. And lastly, Ms. Steenkamp, thank you for being a strict yet cool teacher. Your samosa thoroughly enjoyed our Skinnerda and Soki dances. We'll miss you just as much as you'll miss us. To all our teachers who are now tech specialists in Microsoft Teams, thank you for stepping out of your comfort zones this year to ensure that we were still learning. We are so grateful to each one of you who have gone out of your way to assure that we are fully equipped to blossom. Your green fingers have planted seeds of knowledge, logic, hope, and passion. To all the estate and cleaning staff, thank you for keeping our school clean, beautiful, and sanitized. Your effort does not go unnoticed. To the prefect body of 2020, we might not have been able to achieve all that we had planned that night in the dark on prefect's camp, but we tried our best with the time that we had. You are a group of headstrong individuals with awesome ideas, definitely game changers. Thank you for your help this year, despite the circumstances, the magic tricks at grade 8 camp, and for still attending our lockdown meetings. A special thank you to Kathleen for always making sure the prefect's room was clean from corner to post, Rogerio for being our #1 hype man who is always cheering me on, and Mohammed for always taking care of all our IT needs. Ladies, for the time that we were able to wear our heels, you all managed to professionally disguise the pain your feet were in. Gift and Elena, thank you for your continuous support and occasional video skills. Marco, our head boy, I could not have asked for a better partner to do this with. Thank you for always having my back, for your reassurance, and for always listening to my voice notes, no matter how long they were. You are a phenomenal human being with exemplary initiative and drive. We were truly a dream team. Mommy, thank you for 12 years of gourmet lunches and for 18 years of non-stop care and love. You taught me to always follow my dreams, persevere, and never give up. You are my Wonder Woman. Daddy, thank you for all the sacrifices you have made for us. Thank you for teaching me how to be selfless and to always be grateful for what I've been blessed with. All that I am, or ever hope to be, I owe to you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for always being there with whatever I needed, whenever I needed it. To my little brother Zayan, I'm sorry for all the nights you had to hear me memorizing physics definitions. Thank you for always caring and inquiring about every single paper I wrote. To my entire family, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends, I would not be here without your prayers and faith. A special thank you to Auntie Sumaya and Farad Bhai for always supporting Mahtia and I in our crazy ventures. Mahtia, Elena, and Lizay, my fellow musketeers, as Mr. and Mrs. Kruger called us, Sharing this journey with you has been nothing short of amazing. Thank you for the hysterical laughs with Lizzie landing up on the floor, countless adventures, asking questions I was too afraid to ask, and all Mrs. Kruger's math sweets that somehow found their way in my pocket. Thank you for dealing with my hiccups, my stresses and worries, and for being the amazing woman that you are. I love you all with all my heart. As we begin with finals, remember the words of C.S. Lewis. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. May the Almighty continue to keep us safe and healthy as we embark on the final leg of our journey. Thereafter, as we continue our journey of life, cling to hope and rely on one another. No matter what you are faced with, remember that you are part of the class who made what seemed to be impossible, possible. Have the courage to face every challenge, chase your wildest dreams, and conquer your biggest fears. Curro Klerksdorp, it has been an absolute privilege, pleasure, and honor to be your head girl. Let us move forward with eyes of hope and the heart of an optimist, while remembering 2020 as the year of immense growth and a year that proved that anything is possible. Deus caritas est, Paris love.
ghetto, ratatatata, ah.
I'm in the ghetto. Ratatatatata. Ah. I'm in the ghetto. Yeah. Ratatata. Ratatata. Ah. I'm going back now.
Ghetto. Ratatata, ratatata, ah.
I'm in the ghetto. Ratatatata. Ratatatata. Ah.
I'm in the ghetto. Ratatata, ratata, ah. Oh, click, ratatata, ah. Fall back.
I'm in the ghetto. Click. Ratatata, ratatata, ah, and fall back. I'm in the ghetto. Ratata, ratatata, ah. Okay. I'm in the ghetto. Ratatata, ratatata, ah. I'm in the ghetto.
In the ghetto, click ratata, ratata, fall back.
Okay, I'm in the ghetto. Rata rata, rata rata, ah, fall back.
I'm in the ghetto. Ratata, ratata, ah!
The year of 2020 has been a turbulent year with the thunderous COVID-19 storm, yet the class of 2020 remained anchored to values of perseverance, determination, and tenacity. Each of us have endured through extraordinary circumstances. To commemorate this great challenge, we would like to introduce and institute a new award titled the Anchor of Perseverance, which is awarded to learners who have shown perseverance, endurance, displayed unwavering faith, and have remained anchored despite extraordinary circumstances. The very first recipients of this award are the class of 2020, for their enduring spirits in the face of a global pandemic, which left most of our futures uncertain. The class of 2020 remained determined, portrayed great courage and perseverance to achieve results that only reflect how special they are.
Before we call our incredible class of 2020 up to the stage, we would like to explain the sentimentality behind the name of the award. As most of you are aware, not so long ago, Curro Klerksdorp was St. Conrad's College. One of the symbols on the badge of the St. Conrad's uniform was an anchor. The class of 2020 were the last grade 8s to have walked through the school as St. Conrad's College. And in order to acknowledge our history and roots, we have chosen an anchor as the name for our new award. Not only to symbolize remaining rooted to perseverance, but also our first few months in grade 8. With that being said, we call upon the class of 2020 to collect their anchors at the bottom of the stage.
Thank you very much, Marco and Masia. A tradition that started when we became Curro Klerksdorp was the establishment of a time capsule every year. Each grade 12 learner has the opportunity to place something in the capsule of value to them. This capsule is buried on the school property, with a plaque indicating which year. Last year, each learner signed their names on a scroll, which will now also be added to each of the boxes, together with a class photo. At their 10th reunion, they have the option of uncovering their time capsule. We're going to give each learner an opportunity to come forward and place that special item in the relevant box. But before the learners come up, I'm going to ask that the register teachers please come forward with that scroll and the class photo to be placed into the box first. Right, we call upon 12E1 to come forward and place your items into the box. 12E2, please come forward. Right, the 12E3s, please come forward. If Mr. Stradom and Mr. Ferreira can just come forward to seal the boxes, please. My apologies, Mr. Biekus. Right, I'm going to call Marco and Gift just to come forward, please, so you could please pick up the marble stone and show it to everyone so everyone can see the plaque that will cover your time capsule. Thank you, Marco and Gift. In grade 8, the learners are issued with a learner's pledge, which they undertake to uphold throughout their high school career. They also light a candle to signify the start of their journey in high school. I would like to call Mahdia Adam to light the candle. The grade 12s will now read the pledge, and then Dina will blow out the candle to bring a symbolic end to the high school career of this year's matrics. Thank you, grade 12s. I now call upon Kanisile Kumalo and Mohammed Gabru to do a vote of thanks.
On behalf of the class of 2020, gratitude to staff behind the scenes. From the administration staff, the support staff, the cleaners, who are the heroes behind the scenes, we say thank you. Over the years, we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated, dedicated, and qualified teachers with a wealth of knowledge and experience. They have given us deep-rooted foundations in our various fields of study. They have nurtured talents of which we perhaps had lost sight or did not even know we possessed. They have stimulated us to think more critically, but to act more compassionately. For this, we owe them a huge gratitude. To our friends, families, we say thank you. Thank you for tolerating us when we were so stressed and you could not see life beyond a test or study notes. You bore with us when you were completely drained of life, patience, and energy as a result of our busy schedule. With your network of support, we could not have gone through the challenges brought upon us by our academic demands. We also have to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks to all our invited guests who have come far and wide. Thank you for being with us here today and to share in our joy. To our wonderful audience who have turned up in such overwhelming numbers, we thank you for coming to rejoice with us. Thank you for your patience and cooperation. We owe thanks to our fellow classmates who regularly challenge our opinions in various forums. Classmates who helped us widen our intellectual scope and who supported us in many ways, too many ways to forget. The countless memories and moments. To quote Thor Odinson, Asgard is not a place, but its people.
Today is the day when we have a sense of fulfillment. Our achievements have been recognized and we celebrate this significant milestone in our lives. If you all believe in the phrase, knowledge is power and ignorance is slavery, then today we stand here together as a proud cohort of friends with that power. This power has been earned not through bloodshed or violence, but this power has been earned through a thirst for knowledge and a desire for understanding. This power is not the power to control or boast about how much we know. It is the power to think and to make a difference. It was not always easy. If it was easy, it was probably going to be boring. And if we were not pushed, we would probably approach it the wrong way. We were not held by the hand, we were not pampered, we endured. Here, together, we endured. And now we have emerged. We have emerged as the selves we're meant to be. We have emerged whole and complete. Finally, I would like to say, good luck to the class of 2020. At the end of this amazing journey is soon, and the beginning of a new one is arriving. Study hard and stay safe. Dias Caritas Est.
Thank you, Kanisile and Mohammed. If I could ask you to please rise as we sing our school song. Elena de Abreu, our deputy head girl, will accompany us on piano. For the parents, the school song is on your program. Thank you. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the closing of our celebrations today. We congratulate those learners who have received awards today, and our congratulations goes to their proud parents. All trophies will remain at the school, and we will take it upon ourselves to have the necessary engraving done. To Marco and Messia for asking me to be MC, I would like to thank you. I haven't been at the school very long, but you've made a very proud Guru of his minions today. All right. Thank you all for your support and attendance. At the end of the proceedings, everyone is invited to enjoy a light refreshment with us while viewing the placing of the time capsules. Every matric will now receive a blessing from Mr. Janssen van Rensburg, Mrs. Grant, or Mrs. Farina. While we pray over them, as they exit the school hall, they will ring the bell outside once to symbolize the end of their journey. As they come up to receive their blessing, parents, you are more than welcome to exit the hall and see the ringing of the bell for the last time. That concludes our proceedings. Thank you for sharing this special occasion with us. God bless to you all.
Je loopt niet door. Nee, je kan nou gaan. Nee, is fijn. Ach, dat maakt interessant. Yeah, actually, you guys can go that way.
We're gonna pick it up, man.
Pull this way. We're gonna pull this way.
No, the next better, man. Come on, let's see her. You stand this way. No, let's see her. Quiet, man. Clap for man. And take a long one, my darling. Take a long photo. That makes it look like oh, there we are. That's a trick. And take it higher. That's hard. That's hard. Thank you, my darling. I know everything about the photo. Thank you, my darling. They're beautiful. What type of fish is there? I wouldn't She'll move in with your sister. She'll just move in with your sister. She can. She is totally unexposed. See, but she see, who would ever have known on this day? See, so you know what I'm thinking?